Namaste. I'm JV Dr. Sapna Gehlot and my session is on comparative method, nature, utility and scope now. Comparative politics is concerned with the study of politics system and can be successfully conducted by the use of comparative method of investigation. In early days, this method was used by Aristotle, Machiavelli, and Montesquieu for the study of all parts of political science and was confined to the study of similarities and dissimilarities among various political systems. So, now we discuss with the basic features of comparative method. The basic features of comparative methods are given below. Pehla, it is a scientific and definite method of investigation. It stresses on the empirical investigation of facts. Comparative method systematically analyzes and compares all political systems, subsystems and functions. It is capable of leading to scientific knowledge and theory building. It is one of the basic methods of establishing general empirical proposition. It involves collections, correlations and classification of facts. Comparative method is a rigorously ordered formal method of research. In comparative method, values are kept separate from facts. And comparative method has now undergone a revolutionary development and is developed into a highly useful method of study of comparative politics. So what are the features of the comparative methods? Generally, like proper definition of conceptual units. Like in the field of comparative politics, we are concerned with the conceptual units and proceed ahead in the direction of making comparison on the basis of definitions that we have made. In comparative method, we do not merely end in the discussion the points of similarities, dissimilarities, but go beyond that and compare political system which perform functions for the society as a whole. Here one is not interested only in the study of the executive, legislature and judiciary, but also in studying the performance of legislature, behavior and response of the voters, strength and actual working of political parties and role of pressure groups in the state and governmental institutions. Next is classification. Classification has an important place in the study of comparative politics. It is necessary to classify different political systems in order to make the study of comparative politics easier. Then it is a hypothesis formulation, because in comparative politics it is very essential that before starting work certain hypotheses should be formulated. It is only then that these can be tested and it can be found out as to how far these are applicable or true. And so what are the nature of the comparative method there must be at least two cases for comparison. There must be a definite focus of inquiry. There must be some comparable conceptual issues as focus of inquiry, otherwise there will be impossible to formulate hypothesis in regard of comparative study, and such conceptual issues must be taken in the comparative method which can be defined. Then the problems of comparative method, like the first is the problem of variables like social, economic, political, geographical, historical, environmental effects of rulers and the governments. Rulers and governments influence political behavior at various stage. Variables affect the political behavior, but variables are in so great number that they create problems in the study. फिर है problem to collect the data and use of scientific method. Then problem of language and culture. Comparative method needs to collect data from other countries for comparative study, but to understand the language and culture of other countries is not easy. Then problem of conceptual framework and problem of relationship between the values and behavior. Sometimes it is difficult to understand that the relationship between the values and behavior in a state is real or false. Now the utility of comparative method. The first is analysis of foreign incidents is possible. Study of foreign institutions can be useful in solving the problem regarding to the institution of a country. A comparison can be made among the political system and institutions of several countries. A study of political systems of all countries is possible. A study of regularities and differences of political behavior is possible through comparative analysis, and comparative method is helpful to give scientific basis to the political science. then a general principles can be formulated by the use of comparative method. And what is the scope of this comparative method? Generally, the scope of comparative method can be seen on two levels. The first is a macro level, and a comparison can be made in all political systems through the comparative method. And then it is a micro level, and a comparison of a single unit to the other single unit of same level is possible through the comparative method.